Pro wrestling. Remember that, kids? Hands? Anyone? Remember pro wrestling? Yep. We remember pro wrestling. We are pro wrestling. We are your pro wrestling alternative for the United States of America. We are NWA Wildside. Thanks for joining us, Stephen Prazak, along with Dan, the Dragon Wilson. Last week here on this program, you saw David Young successfully defend the Wildside Heavyweight Championship against Elix Skipper, old prime time Elix Skipper. The end of that match was another story entirely, as Blackout interfered completely at the wrong time. But more interestingly still, Rick Michaels getting involved, and Rick Michaels KO'd David Young with a chair. But was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Questions need to be answered. The relationship between David Young and Rick Michaels to this very day remains a question mark. But that was then, this is now.
And speaking of that post-match attack, Blackout going to be officially inducted into the NWA Elite by Jeff G. Bailey. Also on the card, the new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion Todd Sexton gives the rematch to the former champion, Jeremy Lopez. The new Heavenly Bodies, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, are going to be in action tonight, and a whole hell of a lot more. Let's get to it.
Now, SCHWANZ looks like he's definitely doesn't have both the famous oars in the proverbial water this week. And that's something that we've often accused Rick Michaels of being more often than not. But this is quite a test for the original Chosen One. And I think there's an awful lot going on in the mind of Rick Michaels at the moment. I don't know if he can put all his attention onto Otto SCHWANZ. I mean, that's a massive piece of humanity right there to deal with.
This Otto SCHWANZ is absolutely a monster and psychotic to boot. Like swinging at me and Wildside senior official Andrew Thomas. But nevertheless, side headlock applied by Rick Michaels. Powerful shrug off by SCHWANZ.
Terrific, big, mean, and nasty, and psychotic. The perfect pro wrestler.
Shoulder tackle, neither man goes down. Rick Michaels underneath the legs of SCHWANZ, boot to the midsection. Side headlock applied by Rick Michaels. Recently completed a World Wrestling Federation tryout camp in Cincinnati, Ohio. Turned a lot of heads up there. The original Chosen One, Rick Michaels, never been a question of his ability. His sanity, however, is another issue. He's had his issues with David Young, his former best friend, a man he's now been coming to the aid of, or has he? The questions in the minds of the fan. Is Rick Michaels a trustworthy wrestler? Is he a trustworthy human being? Can David Young put faith in Rick Michaels to watch his back? And with the issues of those two men in the past, I just don't know if it can be done.
You very well be right, but then again, when you're David Young, when you're the Wildside Heavyweight Champion, frankly, you can't put your faith and trust in hardly anybody. Everybody is gunning for you. Former best friends as well as best friends. Frankly, you shouldn't have any friends in that situation.
Pair of arm drags by Rick Michaels, hangs on into an armbar. The original Chosen One has always had a fan following here at the NCW arena, no matter what side of the fence he played on. And now you notice a lot of positive crowd reaction, a lot of cheers for Rick Michaels.
I mean, as long as there's been an NCW arena, there's been a Rick Michaels. Frankly, this is the Rick Michaels arena. There's a good argument to be made for that.
Well, he is a cornerstone of the company, Rick Michaels. Been here from day one, helped build the company to where it is today. Big drop kick by the original Chosen One. And another one, sending the big SCHWANZ to the outside.
Shows you the power of the drop kicks of the original Chosen One, and a baseball slide, and SCHWANZ heads head first into the front row here at the NCW arena.
And coincidentally enough, in the Larry Goodman's lap.
Oh dear, it's vertical smile night in Cornelia, Georgia.
Why, oh why did SCHWANZ have to be wearing a thong?
Somewhere Dick Murdoch is smiling big. That's nice. You know, I think we know as much about Otto SCHWANZ as his proctologist does.
Oh, my goodness. That's great. Now we've got a 6'7" bare-ass man walking around on national television.
Not anymore. Good. We're on late enough, aren't we? SCHWANZ now going to town on Rick Michaels. Not taking the pantsing, for lack of a better term, particularly lightly. Actually, I don't think SCHWANZ takes anything very lightly.
Reversal into the guardrail goes the big SCHWANZ. And that's a lot of beef in the barricades and in the laps of these fans here at the NCW arena.
Rick Michaels and Otto SCHWANZ. An interesting kind of a clash of styles of sorts. But I think both are capable of adapting to what each other can do.
Dug of an elbow by Rick Michaels. He comes off, ducks the clothesline. Oh, but a vicious boot to the face stops Michaels dead in his tracks.
Easily a size 14 right in the face of Rick Michaels. And the former Wildside heavyweight champion is not looking too champion-like at the moment.
Any forward momentum Michaels had just went squarely out the window there. The big SCHWANZ is now in control.
With heavyweights such as we're seeing in the ring right now with SCHWANZ and Rick Michaels, it's often easy to forget that Wildside is definitely the scene of some amazing tag team action. And coming up next is proof of the pudding. Pin attempt from SCHWANZ, nothing doing. According to the original Chosen One, now a shot to the gut.
Big right hand by SCHWANZ, throwing those powerful blows onto Rick Michaels. And I saw Heavy was swinging those things in the ring earlier. This guy could take your head off. SCHWANZ comes, big splash. Big splash by Otto SCHWANZ.
Works for me. Oh, and that's it. No! Rick Michaels gets a shoulder up in nick of time. SCHWANZ going back to the drawing board. And in Otto SCHWANZ's case, that's a long board.
And in the whole situation with Rick Michaels and David Young, we've yet to find where Jeff G. Bailey stands. He has in his past associated himself in a loose business relationship with Rick Michaels. We don't know if that relationship has dissolved or if Michaels was simply aiding Young out of respect, but we're gonna find out soon enough, I am sure. Rick Michaels, big left hand, and another, and another. Rick Michaels follows through, and the SCHWANZ goes down.
Another big left hand to the face of Otto SCHWANZ, Rick Michaels.
Elbow in the corner by the original Chosen One. And a vicious clothesline by Rick Michaels.
Michaels finally in a position for a pin attempt. Still a little life left in that massive SCHWANZ.
Rick Michaels has him. There's the double shot by the Wildside icon.
Well, check that, it's Blackout. Oh, for Pete's sake. Rick Michaels actually got that pin on SCHWANZ.
Everybody give a warm welcome to my newest soldiers, Blackout.
Oh,
you know, Rick Michaels, you made the wrong decision, and now you're gonna have to pay for it. Blackout is now anointed. They are soldiers under God's command. And Rick Michaels, you are gonna have to pay dearly. Dig that barbed wire right in his head.
Oh no!
Make him bleed.
Oh,
Rick
garish.
Michaels, you really screwed yourself. I had a tad bit respect for you, but you want to turn your back on the NWA Elite? Now you're gonna pay. You're gonna drown in your own blood because Blackout are killers. And tonight, Rick Michaels, you are going to die. Bleed him to death, homicide.
It's David Young. And damn it to hell, it was a bird time.
David Young arrived a few minutes too late. Having just arrived here at the
What the hell are
arena.
you doing out here, David Young? You're gonna find out next week when Jason Cross takes care of you once and for all. Oh, look at that blood! Look at that! Oh my God, it's beautiful! It's beautiful! Beautiful! Rick Michaels, You're lucky to be alive. Oh, get a close-up of his face, cameraman. He's gonna bleed to death right there. Oh, God.
Rick Michaels losing damn near a pint of blood in the middle of this ring. And if David Young hadn't arrived when he did, my God, I don't know if we have Rick Michaels to kick around anymore. I think we've answered at least one question here this evening as to whether or not Rick Michaels had any ties to Jeff G. Bailey. The answer to that question is definitely no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the original chosen one, Rick Michaels.
Doesn't look too winner-like at the moment, but David Young, you might have seen, has took his leave of absence.
Well, for coming to the aid of a man he simply respects, Rick Michaels may have paid the ultimate price, a Dark City-style mugging from the soldiers of the street from Blackout. Rick Michaels is a bloody mess, and you're right, we do know where Michaels stands with the NWA Elite.
Coming up next, three-way tag team action. It's next here on Wildside. Hang with us.
Jeff G. Bailey, Blackout, you drew first blood. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you're gonna get!
Dangerous enough. Now they have been acquired, for lack of a better word, from my CEO, Jeff G. Bailey. And now the dangerous tag team, the most dangerous tag team in Wildside, have gotten almost beyond the levels of lethal, and they're just systematically destroying both these tag teams within a matter of seconds. Good Lord. It's a massacre. Oh, Jeff Bailey's now clocking Sal Del Rio.
Jeff G. Bailey is on Sal Del Rio like white on rice.
Great, Jeff G. Bailey on a young boy. I've heard that one before.
Jimmy Rave pummeled to the outside. A pair of knees by RAINMAN. Release butterfly suplex. The former three-time Wildside Tag Team Champions are now on a mission with Jeff G. Bailey as the enforcers of the NWA Elite. They are proving their dominance before our eyes.
It's a mission hell. It looks like a simple, good old massacre, Blackout style.
There's the Violator 420.
And Kid Kool is contemplating retirement, Mach 2. Oh, at least it's over, thank heavens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, RAINMAN and Homicide, Blackout.
I'm sure neither G-Rated nor Jeremy V or Derek Driver knew they were in for a simple massacre here this evening. They were hoping for a genuine tag team encounter, but not when Jeff Bailey and Blackout are involved. That's not the way those guys do business.
Spine splitter by RAINMAN.
The ring is littered with bodies, complete and utter destruction in the middle of this ring. You know, I think Blackout have made their point, don't you?
They've got Jeremy V high in the air. It looks like he's gonna get a Violator 420.
I mean, these are all points that Blackout have made before, with or without Jeff G. Bailey. This is not necessary. I mean, do you know any CEO that puts the boots to his workers? I don't understand this. Ridiculous. RAINMAN, Homicide, and Bailey having the time of their life, if you want to call it a life.
Certainly an exclamation point on the induction of Blackout to the NWA Elite. The former Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jimmy Lopez.
And Lopez just clocking the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, Todd Sexton. Well, his back is turned. A rather bad move on the part of the new Wildside Champion, Sexton. I don't believe you're making that mistake anymore. Lopez has been quite an irate citizen suffice to say, in recent weeks after losing that championship just a couple of weeks ago here on this edition of NWA Wildside.
Jeremy Lopez slamming ahead of Todd Sexton into the top turnbuckle, taking him post to post. The former champion comes back, roaring elbow by Jeremy Lopez.
This is the most aggressive I've ever seen Lopez. I think he wants the title back. What do you say?
Sexton comes back, neckbreaker off the ropes. And Jeremy Lopez had a 6-month reign as Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion. Big spin kick there by Todd Sexton. Of course, it's known that every champion, once you lose the title, you do get an obligatory contracted rematch. This is the rematch of Jeremy Lopez. If he doesn't do it here, it may be his last opportunity. Todd Sexton snaps suplexes on Jeremy Lopez. Make it 2. Let's make it a 3. High into the air is Todd Sexton, the blood rushing to the head of Jeremy Lopez. High vertical suplex by the champ.
Lopez has been knocked goofy. Pin attempt from the champion. Still not enough. 2 out of 3 will only continue on with this match. The new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, Todd Sexton, and the throngs here at the NCW Arena is pretty happy by that eventuality.
Todd Sexton coming on the ropes. Springboard corkscrew senton by Todd Sexton, but Jeremy Lopez gets out of the way.
Sexton was wise enough to turn that into a simple somersault, averting further damage. Smart maneuvering on the part of the new champion.
Sexton turned a shoulder roll there at the last minute, and it prevented him from taking a horrific fall. Jeremy Lopez now following up on Todd Sexton. Big forearm shot by the former champion. Of course, the original XTC Jimmy Rave has been involved in a mini feud of sorts with Todd Sexton. Not really a feud, but they've had their differences. It's not been a hated rivalry, more one of respect. Rave has time and time again just been trying to compete and jock for position in the Wildside Junior Heavyweight ranks. It's coming out a little wrong sometimes. Jeremy Lopez with a lateral press there.
Because in all honesty, no one has ever taken more punishment in the rings of Wildside than, of course, the original XTC Jimmy Rave. He's been hit by a car for crying out loud and came back wrestling. Wasn't a week later, if I was not mistaken. I mean, that's Jimmy Rave, and I believe he feels he's due some acclaim here.
Well, Rave and Sexton have put their problems behind them. Another big neck breaker by Jeremy Lopez. And Rave has assured Todd Sexton that he will come to his aid. And anytime, anywhere, the men are friends, no doubt. Jeremy Lopez has Sexton high in the air. German suplex by the champion. Jeremy Lopez manages to kick out, but Sexton hangs on.
Oh, and speaking of friends, I mean, Todd Sexton has one in his sometime tag team partner, Tony Stradlin, one half TNT. Pin attempt from the champion. Not enough. 2 out of 3.
Jeremy Lopez has Sexton. Went from a power slam into a reverse bulldog. Beautiful maneuver by Jeremy Lopez.
Almost Jeremy Lopez's version of the Psycho Scotty Slam. Although don't say I said that.
Good God, don't let the ticking time bomb get wind of that.
Don't let Lopez hear that either.
Of course, the ticking time bomb.
Don't tell anybody. There we go.
The ticking time bomb, Scotty Rinn, not going to be in action this week. Still off nursing the injuries he sustained at the hands of a 600-pound no-paint train, the Iceberg, but that's another story altogether. Jeremy Lopez has Sexton high in the air. He's got him high in the air. Brain buster by Jeremy Lopez.
Perfectly executed on the Wildside Heavyweight Champ. Lopez taking his time to make that cover.
Sexton counters into a crucifix pinning combination, but Lopez has Sexton combination of his own. Sexton kicks out at 2.
Todd Sexton, in the brief time he has been junior heavyweight champion, he has been so proud winning that title.
Big drop kick by Jeremy Lopez.
I mean, it's a true testament to the adaptability of the Wildside athlete to be one of the greatest tag team competitors in a long time, and then turning from tag team and getting that junior heavyweight champion, a singles competition championship belt, a very prestigious one, and pulling that baby off and so early on in his career. It's quite an accomplishment, courtesy of Todd Sexton.
But one of the big questions is, can he hang on to it? You know, they only had the tag team titles as TNT for 1 week's time before they were defeated by Blackout. Is that curse going to strike Todd Sexton again? That is something we've got to find out here. Is Sexton going to be able to do it? Is he going to be able to be a contender, a champion that hangs on to the title?
And I think Todd Sexton has matured enough and has grown enough. I think he will be a champion for quite some time to come.
Boot to the midsection by Jeremy Lopez. Former champion, of course, known for his tours of Osaka Pro Wrestling in Japan. Big spin wheel kick by Todd Sexton. Big drop kick by the champ. One half of TNT and your junior heavyweight champion lighting up Jerlo this week on Wildside. Dug of a clothesline. Sexton going for a backslide. Reversal now. He's got Jeremy Lopez going for a powerbomb. Connects.
Perfectly done by the champion. I think maybe a pin attempt would have been a real wise idea for Sexton. He's going up top though.
Big frog splash by Todd Sexton.
I think Sexton took way too long to get up that top turnbuckle. I think Lopez might have been primed for pinning mere seconds ago. Draping the former junior heavyweight champion across top rope. Ooh!
There's the game breaker. The finishing maneuver of Todd Sexton. There's Tony Mamaluke.
Tony Mamaluke sneaks out, and we of course know there's an affiliation with Mamaluke and Lopez. Oh, here comes Jimmy Rave to counter Tony Mamaluke.
Mamaluke goes hard into the guardrail.
Rave is on top on the apron with designs. Uh-oh. Rave getting in the way of the charging Sexton.
Rave got in his way, I'm sure it was inadvertent, but it cost him the title. Jeremy Lopez becomes a two-time junior heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and two-time Wildside junior heavyweight champion, Jeremy Lopez.
There's definitely a case of being in the wrong place, the wrong time. And that, my friends, unfortunately was the original FTC Jimmy Rave, who was charging Tony Mamaluke at the precise time that Sexton was going into the ropes, leading to a collision. And unfortunately, as the cards fall, causing Todd Sexton to lose the junior heavyweight championship to the new champion and former champion as well, Jeremy Lopez. Oh well, at least they're friends still. I'll check that. Sexton with a super kick to Jimmy Rave.
What the hell is going on here? Tony Stradlin coming to try to break this melee up.
What's going on here? Tony Stradlin and Todd Sexton, we know, together are part of TNT. Tony Stradlin taking his partner off of Jimmy Rave.
Super kick by Tony Stradlin. I don't believe it.
What on earth? TNT collectively have turned their backs on Jimmy Rave. Granted, he cost Sexton the match and the title.
He's got Jimmy Rave up. Cradle spike pile driver.
Oh my Lord. The head of Jimmy Rave goes careening into that canvas. Todd Sexton asking for the microphone. Rave is damn near dead.
For 1 year, we've been coming through that curtain, clapping our hands, acting like jackasses for all these idiots out here. And what the hell did it get us? Tag team championship, right? 1 week. I was the junior heavyweight champion for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We become a joke in this company. No!
We're not a joke. We're standard bearers. You know, ever since we ran the KOOLs out of Wildside, we've taken their place as the top tag team. We were the ones that brought in the new inventive style. And all the other teams that followed copied us. Now I know that most people say that imitation is the best form of flattery. Well, you know what? We think that imitation is insult because you stole our moves, You stole our ideas, you stole our cheers, and you stole our tag titles!
He's losing it.
Which brings us to you, Lost Boys. I want you to think back. I want you to think back long and hard to October 20th, 2001. You see, it was there that we won the match to be #1 contenders. And if you hadn't taken my shoulder out with a cheap shot, we would be standing here, tag team champions. You see, I don't think you realize how much this means to me. Wrestling is all that I have. It's my life, and it's my dream. And Lost Boys, you tried to take that away from me! You people tried to take that away from me!
My God, he's a head case!
From this point on, TNT, we don't give a goddamn thing! We're not asking for a goddamn thing! We're gonna take it!
So the problem we've got is that we came up to Georgia here tonight to do a World Tag Team title defense, but you know what? There's nobody in the building that has earned a shot. So what we're gonna do, because you've got so many good, young, talented teams, and we've wasted everybody that was here before. We split up Bad Attitude. We broke up Bad Attitude.
That's true.
We ran Total Destruction out. We made the Cole brothers retire because we're that damn good. So we're gonna lay the open challenge down right here tonight. Any team in the back, it's gonna be non-title now. They haven't earned a title shot. Any team in the back that wants a match with the Heavenly Bodies, a chance to prove themselves, a chance to kind of make their mark in the business, come on out. Go ahead, hit the music. We'll do it right now. Non-title, but we're gonna get one of these good young teams.
I don't think I've heard that music.
Music, if you will, please. First of all, I'm not even going to say nothing to you two. It's just damn good to be back with real people.
The crowd is definitely welcoming back the returning Total Destruction.
Do you feel like an outsider like the last time we were in Florida when we kicked your ass?
That's true. Enough of the titles, unfortunately.
Look here, Heavenly Ham. You get in this ring and you take your beating like two men should. Mr. Royal has a lot to say real quick. Candy ass! Get your candy ass inside the ring! As they say in the UFC, let's get it on!
Seems to be a popular decision and a popular choice.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good heavens, quit stalling, guys.
Wait a minute, no. I think there's been a misunderstanding. See, what we had mentioned tonight, and I put that away. Easy, big fella. Now, what we had mentioned were like some of the young teams, the G-Rateds, the Lost Boys, you know, TNT. TNT's a good young up-and-coming team. I think you guys are a little old and stiff to be working with us tonight.
Ouch.
Shut up, skank! Hey, Dragon. I don't think so. I don't think we want no part of this. Andrew Thomas, ring the bell. Put your talking and your back crying and get your fat ass in the ring right now, both of you.
The new Heavenly Bodies made the challenge.
Since I laid a hand on somebody.
The new Heavenly Bodies asked for any tag team. Total Destruction certainly qualifies under that classification. What a hell of a tag team it is. But the new NWA World Tag Team Champions are in danger of being counted out. Look, they're doing rock, paper, scissors here. Total Destruction making a very welcome return to the NCW Arena. What a pleasant surprise in an evening that's been full of very unpleasant surprises.
We saw TNT turn their backs on Jimmy Rave and turn their backs on all the fans here in NWA Wildside, blaming the Lost Boys for Tony's unfortunate injury and basically saying they're not taking anything anymore. TNT now with a whole new demeanor, a whole new outlook on professional wrestling and a whole new outlook on life. The new Heavenly Bodies now, the World Tag Team Champions, here against the returning Total Destruction, and it's great to have them back.
The smell of beer permeates the air of the NCW Arena. What a surprise. Yes, we're 80 proof this week. Thanks for joining us. Stephen Prazak along with Dan the Dragon Wilson. Welcome you to the #1 pro wrestling alternative in the United States. And Total Destruction, two personalities, two incredible athletes who have a pedigree literally as long as your arm. However, the new Heavenly Bodies, NWA World Tag Team Champions now for the 3rd time, whose pedigree on their part is not too shabby either. But these two teams have run into each other more than a couple of times within the last year. And the animosity runs, shall we say, a wee bit high.
Collar elbow tie up in the middle of the ring. Rusty Riddle sends Chris Nelson flying into the corner.
I was wondering if this match was ever going to take place. As the new Heavenly Body. Whoa! The power of Rusty Riddle sends Chris Nelson crumbling into the corner. Surely Nelson, more than most, certainly as well as Vivacious Vito, should know the power of the Total Destruction at this stage in the game, wouldn't you think?
Off the ropes comes Chris Nelson, shoulder tackle, down he goes. He's not going to budge Rusty Riddle, not in the slightest.
Rusty Riddle's been hitting some weights in the gym, so if I say, look at that shoulder definition on Mr. Riddle. And of course the high-tech redneck, Sean Roy, ain't no slouch himself. Looks like no small sense of frustration is sinking into the new Heavenly Bodies. I mean, it was their challenge that they laid down. And so far, all it's resulting in is bickering between the two. Bicker, bicker, bicker.
Well, Chris Nelson finally trying to make his way back into the ring. It took long enough.
Got the impression that Larry Zbyszko was phoning some of these moves in. Should rep my shaving kit.
Reluctant tag to Vivacious Vito DiNucci.
Oh, he's riddling up.
Jawbreaker by Rusty Riddle.
The perfect counter for that sleeper hold. And Riddle slowly inching his way to his tag team partner, the high-tech redneck Sean Royal. Success! In comes Royal with a charging clothesline.
Big snap suplex takes him over, and a chop, and Total Destruction now have their 2nd win.
Oh, it's breaking down in the NCW Arena.
And we've seen it on more than a few occasions from these two. High back body drop by Sean Royal. And it could be going for the Easy Rider.
That's all she wrote, for sure. Total Destruction has defeated the World Tag Team Champs.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, Rusty Riddle and Sean Royal, Total Destruction.
The new Heavenly Bodies need to thank all that is holy that this was not a tag team title match. Because Total Destruction were on one of their best games here this evening, and they have in fact defeated the World Tag Team Champions, and I think that should put them and close to #1 contender for those tag team titles. With Vicious Vito asking for the mic, this will be a treat.
No. Shut up, asshole! Hey! You ain't beat us when it counts yet, you punk. You ain't beat us when it counted yet, because you know what? We've been in the ring 4 times, and we still got the gold. We still got the gold. You couldn't beat me if your life depended on you drunk piece of garbage. You think you something special, big boy? How about we put that in the ring and make it a title match, baby? You want a title match? You want a title match?
They're offering a title match.
You want a title match?
Or are they? They're threatening to actually defend the titles. And Sean Royal and Rusty Riddle already enjoying some of that famous ginger soda. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It's just gotten them even more dangerous. Whoops! The new heavyweight body's in the ring! What is this? The bell ring? Is this an official match? Is this an official match for the World Tag Team Champions? Can it be? Rusty Riddle's just KOing Casanova Chris with a chair. Sean Royal and Vivacious Vito in the ring. Boy, Chris is a bloody mess. Is this a genuine title match?
How the hell if I know?
I mean, did I hear a bell ring signifying the end of the hour? Or is it a new match? Hey, some information, please.
Word from the back would be nice.
Good heavens.
Andrew Thomas throwing this one out. If it was official, it isn't out.
I guess when coolers and beer are involved, it can't be an authentic NWA World Tag Team match. However, that's the way Total Destruction prefer to operate. What an auspicious return to NWA Wildside. Total Destruction making their return to do nothing short of defeating the NWA World Tag Team Champions, albeit in a non-title match. And the new heavenly bodies are leaving the NCW arena knowing they've been through a brutal, brutal fight. But I'd love to know, with President Miller of the National Wrestling Alliance, where Total Destruction will now end up in the tag team rankings for those NWA World Tag Team Championship titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Rusty Riddle, and Sean Royal, TODD.